What is going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty Lego Guy here, and today we have an awesome catalog from 2003. So as you guys can see, very basic. They're really trying to push the creator line back in the day. And there's some cool builds in there, but what's really fantastic about this catalog is it has some fantastic Star Wars sets, as well as some OG Harry Potter sets, if you guys are into that. A couple other cool themes, Orient Expedition. But yeah, really cool. My favorite AT-AT, as it says in the thumbnail, is in this catalog. But enough talk, let's get right into it. Okay, so to start, let's just open her up. So in the beginning, it asks, what will you make? So as you guys can see, a lot of different creator type sets. Nothing too crazy, kind of a cool monkey. And then they have some more various builds. So this was basically the OG creator sets. Now we get these big boxes that make your own creation, but these were kind of the 3-in-1. They kind of started that back in 2003. Some other cool builds. I actually like this boat actually quite a bit. That's a cool boat. But yeah, anyways, and then what was interesting too, which that will be mentioned actually in the thumbnail as well, is just the sports. That they really were pushing Lego sports back in the day. So they had these really wonky looking hockey players. Snowboard, is that it? No, that's a hockey player too. He just kind of looked like a snowboarder. Although the next area, there's Lego snowboarders, which is so weird. I found out about that recently, that they actually went about doing that. Skateboarders, just some really weird themes. Although that ski hill looks actually kind of cool. I don't know how it really works that well, but who knows. And then moving on, we got NBA. So what was really interesting about this is they actually have literal, NBA players from back in the day, back in 2003, which is part of the reason I think this line didn't do so well. Maybe if they made it a little bit more generic, but maybe they were hoping just to continue, if this theme did well, to updating the minifigs and people just collecting the different NBA stars. But anyways, interesting idea. Then we have the Orient Expedition. Very, very cool. Some awesome sets in this line. They look so awesome. I actually had a chance to get this one, but the guy wanted too much money. They kind of had this card game going on with it too, as you guys can kind of see right there. So yeah, it was kind of a game involved with the actual sets, which is cool. Out of these sets, I actually have this one. I have this one. I have a review of that one as well as the I believe this is called the Dragon, the Emperor's ship or whatever. Anyways, very, very cool looking sets. I really like this one, but obviously this is the most expensive set if you want to pick it up. One of these days I will, but just really pricey. Anyways, really cool theme. Love Orient Expedition. And now we've come to the Star Wars set. So this in my opinion is when Star Wars started to get really, really good. Like before this, they kind of were struggling. Some of the sets were hit and miss. Okay, let's start off right with episode 2, okay? Look at this ATTE. This is a fantastic looking ATTE. And they haven't deviated from it all that much with the newer ones. I mean, they really started to figure out what they were doing with some of these sets back in 2003. Look at this Geonosian fighter. Now, it is dated a bit, but those minifigs are awesome. Those Geonosians are awesome. The Geonosian battle droids are awesome. Just all around awesome. Okay, now we've come to the T-16 Skyhopper. Okay set. The TIE Bomber, not bad. Could have been improved. Really wish they'd bring a new one. And then we have Jabba's Palace, the original Jabba's Palace. Now, yes, this is a dated set, but I think it's pretty cool. I mean, you get some awesome droids. The first Jabba, the first slave, Leia. Then there's Luke Skywalker, Gamorrean Guard, Bib Fortuna. I actually have all these sets, and I will actually throw out a review of all 3 of them. I'm not sure if I'll do it just a normal review or in a Old School Wednesdays, because it is 16 years old as of 2019, but great sets. Then we have the T-16 Skyhopper, leaving the best for last. Not T-16, the Hellfire droid. So nice looking Hellfire droid, very big. It's made out of Technic pieces. But yeah, good job. It is actually quite sizable. It's like, I don't know how to quite describe it here, but it's big. And then we have my favorite AT-AT that Lego has ever made to this date. That is the 4483 2003 AT-AT. I picked this set up when it came out, and I do not regret it at all. Look at this beast. Like, this is what I mean. 2003, really, they started making sets good. Now, this set is not the most sturdiest set. The head does tend to fall off, but it's the most accurate looking by far. It is a beefy looking AT-AT. It is what you want an AT-AT to look like. I have a review up actually of it and a comparison with the 2014 AT-AT if you guys want to check that out. But great looking AT-AT. But let me know in the comments what your favorite AT-AT is. Be curious to know, but this by far takes the cake. First Snow Troopers as well. I can't say enough good things about it. Just a great looking model. Moving on, we have the miniatures. This was the first time Lego started doing like basically our version of polybags, you know, so not bad looking. What is cool is they really went to town with some of these printed pieces. That's a printed piece on top of this Falcon, and it's actually not a bad looking Falcon. Although they could have maybe put a printed piece right here on this piece, make it look a little bit more accurate. They got a wonky looking AT-AT, so they had a really good normal size AT-AT and a wonky looking smaller one. And what was cool is if you had all 4 of these sets, you could make this Y-Wing. So it's kind of like, and the same thing with this, if you had all 4 of these sets, you could make this bomber. I actually owned the Pod Racer, and the main reason I bought that is because I wanted the orange blades. Like, you could take this orange piece off and make it an orange lightsaber, because it's basically just an orange blade that's found right there. So yeah, very, very nice. And then we have the original 2003 Harry Potter. So some cool looking sets here. You guys can see how they've really improved them over the years. I mean, look at their castle back in the day. Not bad, but what we have is a lot better looking than this. Although these are still pretty good for their I mean, they were just knocking it out of the park back in 2003. They really were getting it together. This was really cool. The original SpiderMan sets. I really wish that I owned some more of these. Like, look, they got the lab with MJ and Peter Parker. Then they got, you know, where the Green Goblin, you know, he turns into the Green Goblin in that lab. I always really wanted this set. I just thought that was so cool. The bridge with the Green Goblin, Spider-Man. And then when he turns into basically Spider-Man, his first, when he goes after the, you know, the guy who killed his uncle. Just great looking sets. They are dated, but I love the old looking Spider-Man. Like, just so awesome. Moving on, we have some interesting Discovery Kids. I actually did not know that this was a thing until now. Not bad. Just different looking. Like, that's a really bulky looking kind of spaceship, but not bad. Interesting theme. Moving on, we got some, which this is kind of reminiscent of what we got right now with the race cars. There's a nice looking race car right here. Some more race car stuff. Kind of doom buggy looking stuff. And then they even had it where they had race tracks, which is pretty interesting. This is all kind of Technic pieces mixed in with bricks, which is kind of weird. Then we got Bionicle for you Bionicle Maniacs. I actually owned at one point all of these guys, and then I sold them, and I regret it. But well, that should tell you, I think that Bionicle is actually pretty good. I just grew out of them, but I wish I never sold them because I kind of I want them now again. I own this set as well, and I own this guy. I owned a lot of these, all these guys. Really cool looking theme. Yeah, I mean, some guys hate Bionicle, but I think this was one of the few buildable figures that actually worked. And the TV show actually wasn't half bad either. And then we got some World City. So this is interesting. Kind of more of a black, white, and sometimes green theme. But not bad looking city sets. I think they look decent. And then we moved on to these, which were interesting. They're called SpiderBotics. Took me a while to get that just because it's a weird name. They had a CD in with this and everything. It's remote control. There's an agent looking kid. I don't know what they're trying to push with this, but they're not bad looking, just weird. If any of you guys own any of these, leave in the comments what it's kind of like, because I have no idea what that's all about. Then we got some 4+ themes. So guys, Juniors existed back in the day. This was back then the juniors they had. So they're actually, oh, the return of the terrible looking minifig. I do not get what it is with Lego in this minifig. They kept trying it late 90s to early 2000s, and they're terrible. Just outright hot garbage. Hate them. So let's just move on from that. Do not like that. Here's a Legoland thing. So you can save $10 up to a $60 value on one-day admission to Legoland, California. I actually have never been to Legoland. I regret it still. And then they have the Bionicle game. I never tried that, but I heard it wasn't too bad. It looks cool, at least. And then we have Galador. And then we also have Dream Racers. I take it back, Drome Racers. They just got some really weird names in this. Anyways, that's why I'm having a hard time with them. But yeah, interesting stuff. Then we have Get the Lego Magazine free. Johnny Thunder on the front. And then on the back as well. So very, very cool. Yeah, but that pretty well does this catalog. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. Click that bell so you're notified for any future catalogs that I do. If you're into that type of thing. And yeah, let me know what your guys' favorite theme is out of this catalog. Let me know what you think about the 2003 AT-AT. And yeah, if you have any comments about those sports sets, those are really weird. But yeah, again, that's all I got for you today. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.